Daisuke Jigen is a man of many things. Mysterious, handsome, and packing. Packing a lot of guns, that is. However, despite him being known for all these things, he's definitely not a simp for anyone, and that is too damn bad. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Musical Joker, and in this video discussion, we'll be talking about Lupin III episode 15, a Jigen-centric episode called Wedding Bells Ring with the Sound of Gunfire. Fortunately for us, since gunfire tends to be super loud, there is another noise that'll play during then, and it's you pressing the subscribe button. Here, I'll make the noise for you. Ding! All good? Let's get to it then. Episode 15 was more amazing Lupin goodness back to back. Excuse me, not Lupin goodness, but clearly Jigen goodness. It is always a must to have a Jigen and Goemon, next episode coming up soon, to have their own episodic adventures and to further explore upon them as they are now. Even revealing some history of a girl that Jigen had a sweet romantic fling for. This is something that always tends to happen, which is nothing new, but it's how it's done and how it shows us that our main guys are always so badass. It all starts with Jigen on a rainy day, with a lily, paper, and pen together. As Jigen leaves, he drops to Lily and reminisces of the day when he made a specific choice. Choices are a major aspect of this episode, which we'll talk about shortly. After which, Lupin turns on the news of a royal family member and some girl getting married soon. Lupin, being the sneaky sneak thief he is after the treasure, the jewel called the Tear of Marseille, which is gifted to the bride on the wedding day. After which, Jigen, obviously distraught, asks Lupin to hold off for now, as he goes to keep an eye on the girl during an event that he saw on TV. As Jigen is watching out for her, he notices someone with a malice intent, someone known as the Jackal. His intent is to kidnap and ransom off the bride, despite him always killing his victims, even though he's been given ransoms for them before. Jigen, being the badass that he is, goes out on his own to protect and thwart the Jackal in his pursuits to harm the bride of the upcoming royal wedding. This episode is all about making choices and what will come of making those very choices. Life is hard and is filled with them, so making a choice is never easy. You either do it or you don't. This whole theme is showcased through Jigen, and he's shown having a history with the bride named Mylène Legrand after he's brutally hurt and almost dies out by himself and his weapon, but was saved by her. Lucky enough, she is a doctor. He comes to the choice of not being with her, but choosing to run and be who he really is, a gunslinger. He made the choice a long time ago that his gun and him will always be partners and nothing will ever replace that. Despite him making that choice, he feels that it is his responsibility to keep her safe and ensure the wedding goes without a hitch. Other examples of the choices theme are the fiancé of Mylène, Fernand, being scared on their wedding day and having to make the choice of either leaving and not marrying Mylène or going back to her and being by her side from today onward, death do them part, despite the hardships he may have along the way. As well as Mylène herself, choosing to marry Fernand despite still loving Jigen and wanting to see him one last time. Every single aspect of this theme is included within the plot of this episode, and it really shines and helps sew together a lesson that we all can understand. Our choices matter, and there's no going back from the choices that are made in life. Aside from that, we see another moment of Jigen and Mylène's time together, and how they come to really like one another. We also see a cute scene with both Mylène and Fernand in a shop with other supporting family and guests. However, an unwelcoming guest informing the Jackal of their location is set afar from the shop. He is stopped by Jigen and is able to track the rest of the Jackal's crew down to put a stop to them as well. This next scene is so damn good. As Jigen reveals his location to them, it's an all-out gunfight, or at least it seems to be, since it is completely one-sided. Jigen takes away their vision by shooting the light and using the light from the gunfire of the Jackal crew to kill each and every single one of them, with one bullet each, not missing and not using more than he needed. This is small compared to the many times Jigen has displayed his skills out for us, but this still shows us that Jigen is a force to be reckoned with. Clearly giving the Jackal a hard time, his brother steps out to try and knife Jigen, giving Jigen a disadvantage due to his weapon being more ranged combat instead of up close. Yet, Jigen is literally killing it with these fights, as he kills the Jackal's brother while the Jackal flees. I know it isn't extremely uncommon, but it was surprising and yet so cool to see Jigen just decimate the opponents the way that he did, even with the one instance without the use of his gun. I'm all for this Jigen action, as I bet you guys are too. We see more events occur, with the aforementioned Fernand wedding choice, but more importantly, the wedding itself, where we see the two lovebirds and the rest of the crowd smile in amazement in this very happy time and the fireworks that are going off. Meanwhile, right behind the bride, the Jackal attempts to kill Mylène, although being stopped by the man, the myth, the legend, Jigen Daisuke himself in disguise, easily overpowering Jackal and killing him during the ceremony. Jigen is such a behind the scenes kind of guy, and such a guardian angel to many throughout the Lupin series. Jigen ends up leaving content about his mission being completed. It all ends with Lupin and Mylan talking amongst each other, revealing that Jigen isn't as slick as he thinks he is. He's no phantom thief. As Mylan knew about Jigen keeping watch over her, Mylan sort of got what she wanted, which was to see Jigen one last time again, and gives Lupin the jewel that he seeks, which he gives to Jigen, which Jigen gives to the sea. An odd exchange, but ever so cool with the ending shot of Jigen walking away, stating that tears are just not his thing. God. Jigen is so badass, and this episode reminds me of why I love him as much as I do. Mind you, I have no favorite between all of our beloved characters since they all shine in their own different ways, which we will see next week with Goemon as he will be the center of attention. So far, we have seen a couple of women throughout the Lupin the Third Part 6 Season 2 trailer, but it has tied with the whole love, women, and lies message. So, despite it being more episodic in nature with this episode, it still ties back to the overall idea the Season 2 trailer gave off. What did you guys think about it so far? Is this one of Jigen's best solo adventures yet? Or are you a Goemon fan? Which, are you excited for next week's episode? Let me know down in the comments below. And until next time, farewell.